He had not spoken to another human being in 31 days. Stay until the end, or the water finally stills. The blistering sun beat down upon his weathered skin, relentless in its ferocity. Every step forward felt like a battle against the vast, golden expanse of the Sahara. Sand swirled around his feet, a maddening vortex that seemed to pull him down with each labored breath. The world was reduced to this: sand, sun, and the sound of his own heartbeat. What happened next changed everything he thought he knew about himself. As night began to fall, the sky transformed into a canvas of twinkling stars, a celestial showcase that humbled and inspired. The air cooled, carrying the faint scent of distant oases, a promise of life amidst the desolation. Under the starlight, his footsteps became lighter, as if the universe itself was urging him forward. He walked, lost in the beauty of the night, the silence broken only by the soft crunch of gravel beneath his feet. The silence that followed was unlike any he had ever heard. It was as if the desert had swallowed all sound, leaving only an echoless void. In this quiet, he found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him here. The decision to cross the Sahara on foot had not been taken lightly. It was a culmination of years of feeling lost, of searching for a challenge that would push him to his limits. And now, as he stood there, the world seemed to have narrowed down to this singular quest. But the desert is unforgiving. A sandstorm brewed on the horizon, its leading edge a swirling wall of sand and debris. He quickened his pace, seeking shelter in a nearby cluster of rocks. The storm enveloped him, reducing visibility to almost zero. The howling wind and stinging sand made every moment a fight for survival. Hours passed, or maybe it was days, time lost all meaning in the tempest. When the storm finally subsided, the world was remade. Sand dunes had shifted, new patterns etched into the landscape like the lines on a wise elder's face. As he emerged from the shelter, the sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the altered landscape. The air was crisp and clean, filled with the scent of wet earth and ozone. It was a moment of rebirth, a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, beauty and tranquility can be found. He walked on, the silence now a companion rather than an adversary. The desert, in its vastness, had become a mirror, reflecting back his deepest fears and strongest hopes. What he discovered out there is something most people spend a lifetime avoiding. It was the simplicity of existence, stripped bare of all distractions. The Sahara, in all its fury and beauty, had taught him the value of resilience, the importance of living in the moment. As he finally saw the glimmer of an oasis on the horizon, a sense of accomplishment and peace settled over him. It was not the end of his journey but a beginning, a new chapter in a life that had been forever changed by the dunes of solitude. The oasis was a haven, a cluster of palm trees surrounding a spring of crystal-clear water. The sound of birds filled the air, a chorus of life that seemed almost surreal after the desert's silence. He rested there, rejuvenated by the cool water and the shade of the palms. It was a reminder that even in the most desolate of places, there is always the potential for renewal and rebirth. As he prepared to leave, he felt a sense of gratitude towards the desert, for the lessons it had taught him and the strength it had given him. The journey back was different, filled with a sense of purpose and direction. He knew now that he was capable of overcoming any challenge, as long as he had the will to do so. The desert had been a test, a trial by fire that had tempered his spirit and clarified his vision. As he walked away from the Sahara,